The Great Depression, businesses failing, people losing money, it was one of the most financial troubles we've ever faced. But there was one sure business that boomed and exploded. Film. The best source of entertainment during the Great Depression. But not every part of film was doing so well. One part that was fading and fading fast was silent films. The first silent film was created in 1891, and it caught on soon. People were amazed that you could see something on a screen. After the point, it caught on until the golden era of silent film. The 1910s through the late 1920s, this was when silent films had its peak. Everyone was watching them, but soon, on the horizon, silent films would have to compete with a technical masterpiece. The first sound video was recorded in 1860, showing the city of London, but it didn't catch on until 62 years later. The Jazz Singer, it was the first sound film to be featured in theaters around the US. It was trying to push silent films away and outcompete it. But one man who wouldn't stand for this is Charlie Chaplin.
Following the Dicenian working-class childhood in London, Chaplin became a music hall star before finding overnight success in 1914 as an inventor-director star in Hollywood. His tramp persona, bowler hat, baggy trousers, oversized boots, mustache, funny walk made him the most famous man who ever lived and one of the richest. After a decade of making shorts, he produced feature films in his own studio, most famously The Kid, The Gold Rush, and The City of Lights, and was the only filmmaker able to ignore the coming of sound. A complex genius, he is among the greatest artists of all time. His net worth is currently estimated about $50 million. In 1915, he signed up with an estuary company for $1,250 a week, and within the next year, he signed up with a mutual for $10,000 a week, plus an added bonus of $1,500,000 a week.
Charlie Chaplin was a very stubborn man, and so he continued making silent films. One of his silent films that came out during the Great Depression was Modern Times. This movie followed the iconic Little Tramp character as he struggled to survive in the modern industrial world. This was his comment on the Great Depression, employment, and financial conditions that most people faced during the Great Depression. Sadly, this would be Charlie Chaplin's last movie of silent film that he ever made. A great and wonderful actor and director will be missed from the silent film community. Another one of his famous movies during the Great Depression was
The City of Lights. The story follows the misadventures of a man named Tramp as he falls in love with a blind woman named Virginia Cherrill. An interesting fact about this film is the fact that during this time, sound films were on the rise, yet Charlie Chaplin decided to continue making it a silent film. Filming started in December of 1928 and finished in September 1930. It was successfully released on January 30th of 1931. It gained positive reviews as well as box office receipts of a gross of $19,181. A fun fact is, at the premiere of The City of Lights, Albert Einstein and his beautiful wife, they were guests of honor, and the film revealed a standing ovation.
The silent film was a technical masterpiece, but with the rising sound film, it couldn't compete and soon went out of business. Silent films were always fun and entertaining, and you can always find a way to watch it with your family and have fun. We will miss the silent film era and Charlie Chaplin and his amazing movies during the Great Depression not giving up. Sadly, this would go out of business, but we will always love the silent film.